all, my name is Katie Buds. I'm a physical therapist, a former collegiate basketball player, and I'm passionate about helping basketball players stay injury-free all season. Today I'm going to be talking about ankle sprains as a part of my mini-series on the top 5 basketball injuries. So let's get to it. So here we have a model of our ankle joint. Okay, so our ankle joint is made up of 3 main bones. You have your tibia on the top, your fibula on the side, and then your talus, which is right underneath the tibia there, okay? And so besides those 3 bones, you have ligaments that help connect all of those bones. So here you have some ligaments on the inside and then also on the outside. So let's talk about the ligaments on the inside first. This is your deltoid ligament. It's made up of 3 parts. So this is your middle deltoid, the front part of your deltoid, and then the back part of your deltoid. And you can see how thick that deltoid ligament is, and it's pretty strong, so that's why you don't see too many ankle sprains in basketball players that happen on the inside of the foot as compared to the outside. So the outside of the foot is made up of 3 main ligaments that hold the ankle joint together, okay? So we have this one here is your ATFL, your anterior talofibular ligament, and then you have one that connects your fibula to your calcaneus or heel bone called the CFL, the calcaneofibular ligament, and then one in the back, the PTFL or the posterior talofibular ligament, okay? So those 3, the ATFL, the CFL, and the PTFL, stabilize the outside of that ankle joint. So why do lateral or outside of the ankle sprains happen a lot in basketball players? So for this, I'm going to actually grab my D-Rose basketball shoe, kid size, no shame, okay? And so I'm going to kind of demonstrate how an ankle sprain happens. So my floor right here, let's get rid of that. My hand here is my floor. And when you sprain your ankle, you're changing directions, you're jumping, or you're landing, okay? So here I have my foot coming down. Let's say I'm landing from a rebound. My foot comes down, plants, and then it falls out towards the side. So you roll it towards the outside of that ankle, right? Okay, so coming down from rebound, boom, we hit the floor, and then we roll out, okay? So that's basically how an ankle sprain happens a lot in basketball players. And the most commonly sprained ligament is that ATFL, right through here, the anterior talofibular ligament. So what do you do if you have an ankle sprain, okay? So the first thing you want to do is price. So you've all heard of price, which P is protect, rest, ice, compression, and then elevate, okay? So that's the first 3 days after an ankle sprain, you're following that price rule, okay? And the goal of that is to reduce swelling that you have and then restore the ankle range of motion in your ankle. If you're not able to reduce that swelling, that's when issues start to happen. You're not able to get movement back in that joint and it's harder to strengthen. So after the first 3 initial days of reducing that swelling, you're going to go into strengthening the ankle, and so that's going to consist of a lot of ankle stability exercises and strengthening the ankle in a non-weight bearing position. And then once we get to like about a week afterwards, when that ATFL ligament has started to heal up pretty well, that's when we get into the higher level ankle stability kind of exercises. So that includes more functional things like squatting, running, starting to do balance exercises. And something interesting about the ankle is it actually has proprioceptive properties. So what does that mean? The ankle actually tells your body and sends signals up to your brain and tells your body where it is in space. So that's why your ankle is so important for balance and getting back to those higher level patterns of changing direction and doing what you need to do while you're on the court. So those are the basics of an ankle sprain. Comment below if you have any questions, and I would love to hear from you. Thanks, guys, and have a fantastic night.